Hello everyone, welcome to League of Legends. We're not in game at the moment because I think there's a couple of things that I should talk about for the newer players and even some of the more experienced players. And today we're going to be talking about runes and masteries. There's a few guideline rules I will say from the absolute start. Firstly, do not buy runes and masteries, until you are level 20. The ones that you get before that are just useless. Don't bother with runes, just play without them. You don't really need them too much. Just don't jungle, because you need armor runes for that. And also, until you have all of your runes, and it will take you a good 1,000 games before you have them. Not 1,000 actually, maybe 500 to 700 games to have all the ones you really need. Do not buy champions with IP unless they are really cheap. Unless they're like the 450, maybe the 1,000 ones. Anyone higher than that, do not buy with IP, because IP is the only way you can get runes. You can buy champions with real money. You know, you can't buy runes with real money. It's just something you can't do. You can buy IP boost, but still, that's just busy work. So, to recap, don't buy runes until you're level 20, and don't buy don't buy champions with IP. Okay, so now we've got that under control. We're going to go into my my rune page. This is me, aarointheknee. I'm in Silver Division 5. Lovely. Alright, and we're going to go to our runes. I have 12 rune pages, and I'm going to go through a few of them, and just... Actually, I'm going to go down this chart and tell you what which of these are really essential. And I think you should... if you haven't got runes and you need to buy them and you don't know where to go and stuff, just rewatch this little bit, because I'll tell you the exact ones that you need to buy. The ones that are essential for absolutely everyone. There are ones that are kind of like, oh, I like this, I like to do a bit of this on the champ, but there's some that are absolutely essential to play the game. Okay, so we're going to go to the max. These are the red ones right here. And the one that I have in here at the moment, Greater Mark of Magic Penetration, is probably the best red rune there is, along with Armor Penetration. Because Magic Penetration is so expensive to buy in-game. So you need 9 of those. Pretty much every rune that you need 9 of. Okay, so we have these guys, the Greater Mark of Magic Pen. Buy 9 of those. It's the same with the Armor Penetration ones. They are just to shred armor when you're an AD carry. Same with AP carry with the Magic Penetration. Of course, use your Magic Penetration with your casters and your Armor Penetration with your physical attacks. Physical damage, I'd say get these after you've got the penetration ones, because these physical damage ones are pretty good. Gives you an extra 10 damage when you're starting the game. Attack speed, I got these for the jungle. I don't think they're that essential. You can just take Armor Penetration or Magic Penetration in the jungle, and it won't give you as faster a speed in the jungle, but late game, I prefer the penetration ones. So get this if you want them, but they're not essential. Magic Resist, I got those for Galio specifically, so don't bother with red Magic Resist. And Scaling AD, I got these for Katarina, funnily enough. I'm not sure if you should even dabble with these at all, so don't get those. Seals. Magic Resist, those are for Galio only. There are a couple of champions where you want to get specific runes for them only. Galio's for the Magic Resist ones. Mana Regen per 5. I bought these back in the day, back when... it's about a year and a bit ago, when everyone was playing Mana Regen on Ashe and other AD carries. And it gives you about, what is that? About a 4 Mana Regen per 5. So about 1 Mana Regen per second for all 9. But then everyone kind of clued in that armor is very, very, very good. These are the most useful yellow runes that are. So, Greater Seal of Armor, you need 9 of them. They're probably the first ones you should get in general, because they pretty much always fill the yellow spot. They're great for everything. They're great for jungling because the jungle creeps won't hit you as hard. Sorry. Bottom lane, it's great. Even in the mid lane, when people are attacking you with auto attacks, which they will if they're good, the armor runes help with that. So these, it's very, very rare that you'll find yellows that are good enough to go in the way of armor. These scaling health ones are one of those. I like to use these on... I use these on Katarina for that extra bit of health. And sometimes on Shen and Mundo, people who scale off health late game. So you don't need to get these early on. They're maybe when you're good at the game and you're like, oh, I need this and I'll buy these. These are pretty good if you're like that. They're not essential early. Alright, so we're going to move on to glyphs, the blue ones. I've become a huge fan of ability power per level on my casters, because if we look at ability power flats, these give you 1.2 ability power, and the scaling ones will give you, what's that, almost triple. But it gives you 2.5 times it at level 18. So they're scaling, they don't give you as much early game, but once you hit level, it's around about 7, these will be as powerful as the other blues, and when you get to level 18 they'll be a lot more powerful. Saying this, I probably would say in most rune pages you will want either magic resist, flats, or scaling magic resist. The scaling magic resist, I'll put them in, will give you 24 magic resist at level 18. Sorry, 24. And the flat ones will give you about 11. I've been trying to figure out which of these is best. The scaling ones, obviously, if you can get to late game, they're much better. But the early magic resist against someone in the mid lane or ganks coming in from an AP jungler is... Yeah, these, I'd say get both of these early on when you're buying your runes. So 9 of these and 9 of the magic resist. You don't really need the ability power ones straight away, because, you know, if you're playing an AP caster, they'll probably, you know, you'll buy that shit. It's harder to buy magic resist and still go, you know, into your ability power stuff unless you're buying Abyssal Scepter. So I think magic resist on the blues tends to be the best bet. So you've got your armor, probably the first ones you want to buy. I would say next your penetration marks. Depending on who you are, you want your magic penetration or your armor penetration. And the blues, you want magic resist, either scaling or flat magic resist. Alright, so now we're going to move on. Quintessence. These, you get 3 of these slots. They are big runes. These cost a fuck ton, I will tell you that for nothing. Some of these runes I have bought and cost 2,050 each. That's more than some champions cost. These are the most versatile of all of the runes. Whereas the marks, the seals, and the blues, the glyphs, sometimes I'll say blue, that means glyph, you know, the colour they are. These guys I have a lot of, and I'm kind of like, I like a lot of things. So, there's the move speed ones are very, very, very good. 4.5 move speed is fantastic. It'll get you around the map a lot. If you're playing a slow champion like Anivia, maybe this is good. You just sometimes you just need move speed, and I've actually swore by these for a long time. But there's a lot more that you can look for. Magic penetration, I'm not sure if they're very good. Do we need magic penetration that much? Ability power flats are okay. A lot of people play these and play these only on their AP casters, just for the early damage. I'm not sure if I agree with it, but they are good. I know they're good, especially when you're someone like Kassadin who's got a good, you know, good scaling early game, and you can get another 10 damage off with your spells. physical damage, these are played a lot by AD carries. Sorry. Sometimes people will switch these up and have the penetration here and have their damage here. Some people will have damage here and their penetration here. So they'll have three penetration quintessences and 9 attack damage reds. I think they actually kind of work out not exactly the same, but close to the same. Some people actually just have flat attack damage all the way through. So I have damage there and attack damage there. I like a mix. I like having my quintessences penetration. So where are my penetration? The pen. Apparently I only have 2 of those. Oh yeah, because yeah, that's a Christmas one. Create a quintessence of the deadly wreath. It's wreath, sorry. Exactly the same, but it cost less when it came out. So you want 3 of these. Well, if you're on level 20, you can only fill 2 of these slots. So when they open up, of course. There's a couple of honourable mentions for this. Spellvamp bonus are very, very good on Rise, on people who can hit single targets really easily, or people who just need a tiny bit of sustain and don't want to build a Hextech revolver, which will cost them 1200 and won't build into anything that they like. I used to play these quite a lot, but I don't play too much Rise anymore. So yeah, these cost me 6,000. I was like, oh god. Max health. These I would say don't touch. They look good. It's like 4.5% increased health. I could be great with Shen. If you look at it and do the maths, increased health just isn't very good early game, and late game it doesn't give you anywhere near enough to counteract what you lost early game. So if you want to have health quintessence, take the flat health. They'll give you about 78 extra health, and that's perfect for early game. If you want health, take flat, don't take the percentage. Okay, gold per 10. These are very cheap. I like these. A lot of people take these on supports, and I can see why. It's always good to get extra gold, especially since you won't be attacking minions. You won't do this, you know, it's just something you don't do as a support. You need to find your gold from other places. So getting an extra 3 gold per 10 seconds will add up, and it's very good. My favourite quintessences at the moment go to experience bonus. One of the better players in the pro scene, his name's Froggen, he plays a lot of Anivia, has said that these are the best quintessence. And I can see why, because hitting level 6 with certain champions can guarantee you a kill if your opponent doesn't get them at the same time. So if you're on level 6, they're on level 5, you get a massive advantage. I've tried with Katarina, going down the utility tree, getting the extra bonus experience from there. Taking 3 of these quintessence and getting someone on and talking someone on my team to playing Zillion, so I get 19% extra. I think it's 19% extra experience, and I was hitting level 6 way before my opponent, and I was getting so many kills because of it. And because of that, you'll snowball even further. You'll get to the point where you're 3 or 4 levels above. No, not 3 or 4. 2 levels above your laning partner, but maybe like 3 or 4 levels higher than the enemy support or something like that, or the jungle. So these are my absolute favourite. I love them. Is there anything else we can go to? Armor's not that good. Cooldown, no. Crit chance. Move speed, max health. Okay, so that's pretty much it sorted. Of course, if you want to go in the jungle, you take your armor and you take your attack speed if you want them, or you take your magic penetration to get good ganks off. Pretty much always have magic resist here, always have armor here, have your penetrations here, and whatever you want in your quintessences. Okay, so we've done that. We're going to move on to Masteries. We're not going to save that because they were nice. My mastery pages are really messed up because every match I change my masteries. I'm in my mastery page every game, just trying to change it around. And if you're good enough, you know these off by heart. You should probably do that as well. So we're going to return all points. We're going to have a look at the mastery tree. Every level you level up to level 30, you get an extra mastery point. And these will, of course, help you get to having a different champion to everyone else, you know. You can change your stats and stuff. Alright, so we're going to look at the red tree. I've kind of done this before, but I had less experience with these. You tend to want to go 21 in one tree and 9 in another. So you put 21 in one, 21 points in this tree, and 9 points in this tree, or whatever else. Because the 9 points will usually get you to a really, really good mastery. Arcane knowledge and weapon expertise, which give you armor pen and magic pen, are 9 points down. 30 extra health is 9 points down, and the extra blue buff and red buff duration is 9 points down on utilities. So you want 9 points and 21, just so you can get a decent chunky one. Okay, so there are 2 paths down the red, pretty much two paths down the red. You'll take 4 points in sorcery and Summoner's Wrath. You want a point in Summoner's Wrath because it just gives you extra Summoner spell shit. It's all good as long as you've got Exhaust, Ignite, Ghost, or Garrison. Garrison, fuck. You're good there. You'll go through Blast, which gives you ability power, Arcane Knowledge, which gives you Magic Pen, Havoc, which gives you extra damage, Mental Force gives you extra ability power. Depending on who you are, either Spell Sword, which gives you 5% of ability power, bonus on hit, or an extra rank on your cooldown. Depending on, you know, if you've got a ranged auto attack, you want either this or this. And so let's say we're Cassadin, we don't have a ranged auto attack. So 4% cooldown reduction. And then Archmage increases ability power by 5%. That's cool. And then the final one, Executioner, increases damage dealt by 5% to attacks below 50% health. So it's an execution. So you want 21 points in there. That's the AP mage, and you've got 9 points left over. For a mage, usually you want mana regen. You want more mana. Summoner's Insight, put a point in here because you usually have flash, and it will give the 15% up 15-second cooldown reduction on it, which is always good. You always want flash up. I like to take 3 points in Expanded Mind, an extra 180 mana. I mean, where can you go wrong with that? 1 point in Mastermind gives you a reduction on your cooldown, reduction of cooldown on your spells by 4%. And then we have 1 point left, 9 points down. We get our blue buff and red buff durations increase. So we'd save that, and that's our AP carry. Alright, we're going to return points, we're going to go AD carry now. Now with AD carry, if you want attack speed, pure attack speed, you go for Fury. You can also go for Sorcery here because it's just cooldown reduction, gets your skills off quicker, but let's just say we're going pure AD. We're going to go 3% attack speed, and Summoner's Wrath, because we'll be playing Ignite usually, gives you extra damage. This gives you 12 attack damage at level 18, so extra attack damage, but that also goes into Weapons Expertise. Ignores 8% of the target's armor. Armor pen is amazingly powerful, you need that. An extra 2% damage with 3 points in Havoc. Depending on what kind of AD carry you are, if you're a person who will crit a lot, do a lot of auto attacks, you want 2 points in lethality, 2 points in attack damage, 1 point in frenzy. This gives you extra critical strike damage and attack speed after a crit. And then you want 5 armor penetration, sorry, I thought it'd give you 6. And then Executioner for the extra damage, because yeah. If you're not someone who will crit a lot or do that, I would say go for 2 points in the attack damage, and then 2 points in Butcher, which will do extra minion damage, so it's a lot easier to last hit. 3 in armor penetration. We've got 1 point left over, so we'll probably put it in attack speed, and then Executioner. And if you're an AD carry, depending on who if you're mana reliant, go for 9 points in here. So 3 there, 1 there, 3 there, 1 there, 1 there. Just for the extra mana. You'll go down the exact way that I did last time. I explained it in the AP carry. But if you're not really that reliant, I would say go down the defense tree, get some extra health, 108 health, get 3 in armor, because you'll be against someone who will be attacking with normal things, with normal attacks. 1 point in magic resist, and 1 point in veteran scars for the extra health. This will just make you sustain much easier, and all that stuff. Excuse me, got a dry throat. I've been out drinking. We're going to return points, because that's our AD carry. Now, jungle. Tough Skin gives you reduced damage from monsters by 2, which is great against wraiths, because there's 4 of them hitting you. 4 points in durability. You need that to get to veteran scars, which gives you extra health. I would say 3 points in armor, 1 point in magic resist. 1 point in summoner's resolve, gives you an extra 10 gold when you smite. 1 point in veteran scars. Depending on who you are, and if you don't have a gap closer, you definitely want points in relentless. Reduce the effectiveness of slows by 15%. Great mastery. But in general, you want 3 points in tenacious. Excuse me. Safeguard's okay. Bladed armor. Sorry, you need this for the jungle. Gets you through quicker. Everyone takes 6 damage whenever they attack you. I love Defender. It's great. Grants an extra armor and magic resist. So in a team fight, you'll get an extra 5 magic resist, which is good. If you're going mega tanky, you'll want reinforced armor, just for the reduction to critical strikes. Because if you're getting hit a lot, if you're being the tank and you're getting hit a lot, that 10% is a lot. Depending on who you are, if you're going to stack a lot of resistances, you'll get legendary armor. If not, I would probably put the extra 2 points in magic resist or relentless. So let's put 2 in relentless. Let's say we singed and we need to stop them from slowing us. And then 1 point in honor guard. It's 1 point for 3 damage reduced. It's not amazing. It's not the most amazing thing in the world. It's 1 point. You might as well. And then if you're someone like Singed who does magic damage, you might want to go down here, get the cooldown reduction, and get some magic penetration. If you're someone like, I don't know, a Moo who just needs mana regen and needs to keep his blue buff for longer, you'll take the standard 9 points down the utility tree. So that's jungle. Tank is pretty much like jungle, but you just replace the bladed armor with unyielding and block, which reduces the damage take by normal attacks by 5. And then the last one I would say is support. Usually support will go, you would take the mana regen, you would take Summoner's Insight for the flash cooldown, sorry. Expanding Mind, it's always good to have extra mana. I will take 2 points in Artificia. Reduce the cooldown of activated items by 15%, which means that you'll be able to use Shurelya's Reverie more often. You will be building that a lot. We want 4 points in Greed, gives us an extra 2 gold every 10 seconds. You need this mastery. Okay. Wealth, an extra 50 gold at the start. That's the difference between being able to afford another ward, usually. 1 point in Biscuiteer, the total Biscuit of Rejuvenation, which gives you... It's pretty much a free potion. Explorer Ward gives you a free ward, which is always good. 3 points in Intelligence, which is 6% cooldown reduction, which is really good. And depending on what you want to do, a lot of the time I like to put 30 points into here. So I don't know, you could take 3 points in Mastermind, 1 point in Nimble, which gives you 3% increased movement speed, which is a lot. You need that. 1 point in Pickpocketer, so you can attack and get some health, up some gold. Awareness, experience earned by 5%, get this mastery. And 1 point whatever the hell you want. I just like 30 points in here. So, alright. that's been a lot of me talking. Hopefully it's been good for you guys, because it was good for me. Oh yeah. Yeah. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped with your masteries and runes. See you later. Bye bye.